News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a puppy is lost and found following a crash.
And potential officers test their skills at our local high school. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell, Eunette Gentry. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
A vehicle overturns and an animal is lost in the desert. It's Tuesday, January 28th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Eunette Gentry.
Well, luckily, the driver of an SUV was not seriously injured last night when her vehicle rolled just off Basin Avenue. The woman, however, did lose her precious puppy during the collision, which was later located. Nye County Animal Control, Nye County Sheriff's Office, deputies, and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene last night to a single vehicle crash on Basin Avenue near Jewel. The female driver and only occupant of the vehicle claimed that she had hit some kind of bump and then lost control of her vehicle, rolling into the front yard of a residence. At that time, she reported to dispatch that when her vehicle rolled, her puppy flew out the window and then ran away into the desert area. Volunteers and animal control officers searched the area for an extended period of time to find Charlie, the German Shepherd. Family members were distraught and did not know if Charlie had actually got injured as a result of this crash. Later in the evening, Charlie was reported to have been found. His condition is unknown at this time.
And one driver of a black pickup truck reportedly got extremely hostile this afternoon following a two-car crash on the highway near Carlton Way.
One person in a dark-colored sedan was transported via Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue ambulance to Desert View Hospital following a two-vehicle collision on Highway 160 in front of the Saddle West. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, and Nevada Highway Patrol were all dispatched to the scene. Both vehicles pulled off the roadway. One travel lane was shut down for debris in the roadway. Nevada Highway Patrol troopers are conducting the investigation. Well, the Nevada Department of Public Safety oversees three agencies: the Highway Patrol, Parole and Probation, and Capitol Police. And the department is traveling the state hoping to recruit new officers through its Recruit Nevada events. The tour stopped in Pahrump this past weekend, and the goal is simple: to find qualified local candidates to fill vacancies in their own communities.
We realize that how important it is to have members of our own community serving, and what some of the challenges are for us as an agency with hiring qualified candidates is it's very easy to get applicants coming in from Las Vegas. It's easy to get the applicants coming in from Reno, but once they've completed the academy, getting them to want to move to a rural area that they've never been to or visited can be quite tough. And some, frankly, we lose some recruits because of that. They don't want to make that move. So if we can go into these rural communities and host these recruitment events and have people from within the community go through the academy, come out and serve the community in which they grew up in, that's beneficial for them and for the agency. So that's basically what this is, and it's going to be going all over Nevada. So out here we have 22 cadets or recruits, but also I should mention that this Recruit Nevada we're doing the PT test, the written test, and the oral board exam. So we're basically taking about 4 months of the hiring process and putting it into one day. So it's a huge benefit to come out to these types of events because you're knocking so much of the process out in one day. So right now we have positions statewide for state trooper and also positions statewide for parole and probation. You really honestly don't need to know anything about law enforcement. We're going to teach you everything you need to know. You can come into the academy day one not having any idea what a state trooper does in 4 months. You're going to know exactly what a state trooper does, and then you're going to go to the advanced academy, which is at each command. So it's about a year process.
It was definitely a big team effort with everybody that showed up. Everybody actually tried to help each other to actually finish the course of exercise we had to complete here today. Really, actually, right now I'm just kind of keeping my options open. By talking with a few of the officers here, there's actually a lot of programs and positions actually that are open, and there's definitely a lot of opportunities for anybody that wants to come in and apply. Actually, I was a cadet for the Nye County Sheriff's Department my freshman year through my senior year. So I'm kind of familiar with the police departments. So like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Department of Public Safety, but I do have a few people that I do know that actually work for Nevada Highway Patrol.
I did the exact same thing. I was actually living in San Diego at the time. I was active duty Navy at the time. I came up here from San Diego to do the testing, the PT testing. It's the same process. I don't know about the written test, maybe it changed, but yeah, obviously the PT test, we just want to make sure everybody's physically fit to do the job in the first place.
All right, those potential recruits are looking good out there. All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back here at KPVM, where we are Nevada's #1 and Las Vegas's newest news source.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, in local news, a Pahrump woman is under arrest facing several charges, including attempted murder and kidnapping. Brett Francis has more.
Monica McEwen is facing 5 charges: aiming a gun at a person, attempted murder with a deadly weapon, kidnapping, assault with a deadly weapon, and discharging a gun where a person might be. According to the arrest report, the incident happened at the male victim's home. He told officers McEwen accused him of conspiring with her sister to steal her identity. The victim says McEwen forced him at gunpoint to gather her belongings and put them in her car, then told him, "Let's take a ride." The victim told police he feared for his safety, so he distracted McEwen long enough to flee. He says he heard a loud pop as he ran into the desert, where he hid and watched his home. When McEwen left, he went back into his home, where he found a spent shell casing. The victim gave officers a description of McEwen's car and told them where she lives. Deputies went to the address off Big 5 Road, where they found her car. They checked her home, but she was not there. Officers got a search warrant to enter McEwen's home to gather evidence. According to the police report, officers found ammunition that appeared to be a match to the shell casing the victim found in his home, but did not locate a firearm. McEwen called police later that day to turn herself in. Police say initially McEwen told them she could not remember what had happened, did not own a firearm, and did not know the victim. Detectives interviewed McEwen a short time later when they say she admitted there was an altercation between her and the victim. McEwen claims she shot off 1 round during a struggle for the gun, saying she was scared and claiming it was in self-defense. Detectives say McEwen also admitted she owned the gun, but said she did not know where it was. McEwen was then booked into the Nye County Detention Center.
Thanks, Brad. Let's go to Angela Miles with your financial news.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Tapping our news, the CEO of Johnson & Johnson testified in court on Monday he was not aware of documents involving the safety of baby powder. The trial this week centers on mesothelioma cancer patients who say they became sick because baby powder was used when they were infants. Johnson & Johnson is among the companies scrambling to develop a vaccine to stop coronavirus. J&J's chief scientific officer tells CNBC dozens of scientists are working on a treatment. However, it could take the company up to a year to get a vaccine on the market. Some stocks are getting a boost from the coronavirus. Shares of bleach giant Clorox rallied during Monday's session. Production workers are bracing for a plant in Hamtramck, Detroit to be idled for retooling. General Motors will spend $2.2 billion to ship that factory into a facility to build electric and self-driving cars.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. Now, it is the middle of flu season, so when a child becomes sick and comes home from school with a runny nose and a cough, it's usually just a common cold. But according to Dr. Frank Esper of Cleveland Clinic Children's, pretty much everything that makes your child sick has the potential to spread to others.
Everything is contagious if it's an infection. Now, whether or not you need medication for it, that's one question. But for the most part, all these infections are contagious, and most times you got it from someone else. It didn't just spring up in you.
Dr. Esper says when it comes to a minor cold, it's important to teach kids to cough into their elbows and wash their hands frequently to prevent the spread of germs. He recommends teaching children to wash their hands thoroughly with soap and water for a minimum of 20 seconds. For children under the age of 3 who aren't especially good at hand washing, using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer is best. He adds that sometimes the child needs to be kept home, not only to recover, but to keep from spreading illness to others. And a child with a fever should always be kept home from school or daycare.
If you're having fever and if you're having symptoms, generally you should consider yourself that you can pass that fever and those symptoms to somebody else. So the general rule is if you have a fever, to stay home until that fever goes away.
Dr. Esper says ibuprofen works best to treat a fever, but children under the age of 1 should take acetaminophen. However, when a fever gets very high and persistent, he says it's time to call the doctor.
Well, on December 31st of last year, Great Basin Water Company says that they filed a rate case with the Public Utilities Commission of Nevada to adjust its water and wastewater rates for consumers in its pump service territory. Great Basin Water Company is proposing to increase rates for the average residential consumer by 7.90% for water service and 3.52% for sewer service. The Public Utilities Commission of Nevada requires Great Basin Water Company to present a rate case every 3 years. The last rate case was filed in December of 2016. A consumer session will be held at a date to be determined and published so that the Water Commission hears from their customers. Typically, it takes more than 6 months after a rate case is filed for the Public Utility Water Commission to make a determination on the rate case change. If approved, estimated changes for average bills for residential and multi-residential combined would be as follows, increasing from $39 to 45 cents to $42.37 per month, or an increase of $2.92 per month for sewer, increasing from $46.24 to $47.92 per month, or an increase of $1.68 per month. Rate proceedings seek to recover costs already spent by the utility to provide both quality and dependability, they say, in their water and wastewater service.
All right, stay tuned. News 25 will be right back.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, if you're not in love with your job, a job fair is happening soon on a very special day in February at Nye Communities Coalition.
So February 14th on Valentine's Day is our next quarterly career and volunteer fair at Nye Communities Coalition. And we're looking for job seekers to come and fall in love with their next employer, or the employer to fall in love with their next employee. So 9 a.m. to noon on Friday, February 14th. The invitations are going out slowly, but the flyers are out there. We're trying to get the word out so we can get the employers and those that are seeking volunteers to reserve their tables. And they can meet them face to face so that you get a better sense than just a resume or an application on a piece of paper. Shake hands, interview on site. We have the computer lab if they need to fill out online applications.
And so what should job seekers be prepared for?
Come in, complete a resume. You're welcome to come down and use the computers. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, except Thursdays is 9 to 5. They can come down and use the computers, print their resumes, apply for jobs online, look at our job boards. We have trainings that if they're interested on bettering their education, maybe changing a career, looking at something different, we have approved trainings. If they're a fit for the program, they can come in and talk to us and get the information about the training programs we have. Oh yeah, Dress for Success. We have a clothing closet. They're welcome to come down and get interview clothing. Definitely be prepared. Have your resume in hand, ready to meet employers, dressed for success, and ready to interview on the spot. We have several workshops. The first one will be orientation. They could come to orientation on Wednesday at 9 a.m. That way they can get the information on all of our programs and how we can better assist them to be better ready to meet the employers and get employed. They can call me at 537-2323, or they can reach me at ed@nyecc.org. It's in the NAC. We call it the NAC. It's the Nye Activity Center. It's the big building on our campus, 1020 East Wilson Road, right across from Nye County School District.
There you go. Well, you can sign up your kid to play Little League in the upcoming season. Veronica De La Rosa has that and more in this week's Student News.
Hi, I'm Veronica De La Rosa, and this is your Student News. Nye County School District parents, there will be a community cafe with staff and fellow parents this Thursday, January 30th from 9:45 to 10:45 a.m. at the Mount Charleston Elementary School. All parents are encouraged to attend. Pahrump Valley High School varsity boys basketball will be against Equipo Academy this Wednesday, January 29th at 6:30 p.m. here in the PVHS main gym. And best of luck for the PVHS JV wrestling team who will be participating in a tournament this weekend in Las Vegas. The 2020 Spring Little League Baseball is here. Sign up online anytime at PahrumPLittleLeague.com. Tryouts will be held at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park on Wednesday, January 29th and February 5th from 5 to 8 p.m. and Saturday, February 1st from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Every player above age 7 must attend at least one tryout, and all are available T-ball and rookie teams, major and minor leagues, and junior and senior leagues. For more information, please contact PahrumPLittleLeague.com. The Pahrump Valley High School is offering tutoring Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All subjects will be offered from 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. For more information, please contact the PVHS main office. By the way, after-school transportation is not provided. This has been Veronica De La Rosa with your Student News.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, let's take a look at our conditions, what they were like earlier today outside. Look at that time-lapse video of the beautiful day, even with a little cloud cover over Pahrump. We'll take a closer look at our forecast and what else we can expect right after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue with today's weather. In Las Vegas and Amargosa, we had a high of 64 degrees, 40 degrees for the low in Amargosa, 46 for the low in Las Vegas. Death Valley at 74, their low is 51 degrees, 61.38 in Beatty, 53.28 in Goldfield, 50 with a low of 26 in Tonopah, 49.27 in Carson City, 57.25 in Fallon, and up in Fernley, 56, their low is 29 degrees. Now today in Pahrump, we saw partly cloudy skies. Our high today was 64 degrees. Winds coming out of the south-southwest at 4 miles per hour, 27% for our humidity, and our sunrise at 6:48 this morning. Now for tonight, we're expected to clear up with a low of 42 degrees. It's currently 62 outside with winds coming out of the north-northeast at 15 miles per hour, 43% humidity, and our sunset at 5:05 p.m. Now looking ahead to our 7-day on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to see some sunny skies with some high winds coming out at 24 miles per hour on Wednesday and 9 miles per hour on Thursday. On Friday, we're going to see a little bit of clouds rolling in, nothing too special, and then expected to clear up again on Saturday. On Sunday, those clouds are returning along with some high winds. On Sunday and Monday, we're going to be seeing some really high winds up to 14 and 16 miles per hour. Then by next Tuesday, we're expected to clean up again with some winds coming out of the north at 9 miles per hour. Temperature-wise, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to be seeing our temperatures in those 60s, just between 60 and 68 degrees. Saturday and Sunday, we're going to jump up into those low 70s with highs of 72 and 71 degrees, and back down to 52 and 51 by next Monday and Tuesday. For our overnights on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be in those high 30s, just around 37 and 39 degrees, up into those mid 40s on Friday and Saturday with 43 and 46 for our lows, a 39 on Sunday, and then back down to lows of 32 degrees on Monday and Tuesday. So now with that, we're going to toss it back to the desk with Deanna and Eunette.
All right, and there's breaking news into the KPVM newsroom now to tell you about following a chase.
So Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were led on a pursuit which has now ended on Marnie Court right off of Bourbon Street. The suspect is in custody at this time, and he does have some warrants. So we want to let everybody know, because I'm sure that most of the people are out there traveling, wondering what the heck's going on. He is in custody at this point.
Yes, and we will bring you more details on further broadcasts of KPVM News, and stay safe out there.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Eunette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM, thanks for joining us. Good night.
Good night.